Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As ladies and gentlemen, a lukewarm announcement has been percolating throughout the crypto market today. Specifically the XRP community. As yesterday, Bitstamp announced that they would be having a big XRP announcement. And I think a lot of people are genuinely frustrated with what it was. Bitstamp will be offering 2% APY on XRP, calling this yield with XRP your ability to lend it with confidence via Bitstamp Earn Lending. And just like blockchain backer stated, have we learned nothing after everything that's occurred in 2022? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a frustrating announcement that was made because they leveraged the XRP community. Engagement farmed all of us, got our hopes up. I was honestly expecting some sort of maybe Ripple partnership, maybe some ODL partnership in some sort of way. But what happened? Yield. High risk yield for minimal return at that. And guys, this is exactly what caused exchanges like Celsius to implode. 2022 was a shit show of a year because of the actions of some exchanges. And this is one of the more frustrating things all of you need to be aware of. I have a message for every single one of you, and it's that over the next couple weeks, into the next couple months, and especially in 2024, people are going to realize the absolute strength and power that the XRP community has. And they're going to try and leverage the XRP army for profits, for marketing, and for engagement. And I'm just going to warn all of you to know your power, know your strength, and to always keep your eyes open to what manipulation they could give your way. Now guys, as we pivot our attention to the overall market, I'm going to give you this tweet from Rob Art, and I think it's a great perspective to have. Here, we see that stock indexes are pumping. One of the biggest companies in the world outperforming expectations. Bitcoin and many alts are putting in higher highs and, more importantly, higher lows on the macro. Time frame and percentage wise, everything is aligning. And patience will be rewarded. And he's specifically discussing how Amazon just reported operating income of $7.7 billion, 62% above expectations. Guys, as long as the stock market is putting up decent numbers, we still have a chance to see Bitcoin hit these retracement levels that we've been waiting for. And if that happens, there's a very real chance alts finally perform in a semi-decent way. We know that XDC has been leading the charge recently, and that's been a great sight to behold for XRP community members. But something else I need to stress is we need to hold the line, power through, and remember why we're here. Here, we need to know that the Brics nations this month are having a powerful summit with the speculation that they're going to announce a gold-backed digital currency. And here, Brazil's current president calls to end the US dollar trade dominance in the global stage. Remember, recently, they were having extremely serious conversations with China about the yuan. As here, this Bloomberg article was discussing how Brazil is taking steps towards transacting in the yuan. But here I want you all to listen to what this Brazilian president had to say, because it's telling us where we're going next.
Nós vamos discutir a entrada de novos países, e eu sou da opinião que quanto mais países quiserem entrar, se tiverem o cumprimento das regras que nós estamos estabelecendo, nós vamos aceitar a entrada dos países.
Os senhores e senhoras, para o nosso país. Todos e todas têm acompanhado. Então, a palavra, então, presidente da República, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva.
Já viajou para a Arábia Saudita, Todo mundo sabe que eu defendo a ideia de que a gente tenha uma moeda própria para fazer comércio entre os países. Sabe, eu tenho dito publicamente, por que o Brasil precisa de dólar para fazer comércio com a China? A gente pode fazer as nossas moedas. Por que o Brasil precisa de dólar para fazer comércio com a Argentina? A segunda coisa é que eu acho que o Banco dos Brics tem que ser mais eficaz e mais generoso do que o FMI. Ou seja, o banco ele existe para ajudar a salvar países e não para ajudar a afundar países. Porque é o que o FMI faz muitas vezes.
Está tentando levar agora o Jack. Está tentando levar agora o Jack.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's extremely important to know. Johannesburg, South Africa, is going to be where the Brics Summit is going to take place and where the potential introduction of numerous other nations into the Brics nations could take place. The president of Brazil is over here discussing the very real need to de-dollarize the world. And in my personal opinion, I think XRP is going to play a major role in that future. Now here, guys, to cap off this video for today, we have this XRP markets depth, a lot about this XRP case. Here, first and foremost, Ripple stated that they've always published in a good faith effort at transparency these quarterly reports. However, they've been weaponized against Ripple by the SEC. And this is ironic for an agency that touts transparency and disclosure, while at the same time FTX got away with everything they did. Terra Luna got away with what they did. Tether is getting away with what they're doing, as Tether is announcing that this company purchased plenty of Bitcoin in Q2, making them the single largest buyer of Bitcoin. Bitcoin Maxi stated Tether buying all this Bitcoin was just a conspiracy. And so many conspiracies have just been coming through left and right. Am I right? Tether is coming out and admitting to buying Bitcoin, in my opinion, so they could always say that they were being transparent. But in reality, I think this is the big ticking time bomb that the crypto market is still waiting to implode at some point. Here in Ripple's report, they talk about the tremendous win that XRP got by not being a security. But in addition, they also talk about how Ripple's sales of XRP on exchanges are not securities. Ripple's sale of XRP by executives are not securities. A wide range of other Ripple's XRP distributions to developers, charities, employees are not securities. And certain Ripple sales pursuant to written contracts were investment contracts and therefore securities. And this is very important. Ladies and gentlemen, crypto tokens can be sold in a package that does constitute a security, and that's extremely important to note. Because in reality, there are many misconceptions about this XRP case ruling, and Ripple breaks them down. First and foremost, misconception number one is that this decision is a split decision. In reality, this case has always been about getting clarity about the regulatory status of XRP in the US. Ripple stated since day one that XRP is not a security, and the court vindicated this position. And in doing so, the court also laid out the groundwork for others to determine that other tokens in and of themselves are not securities. The decision is a resounding win for Ripple and the entire industry more broadly. And it is one of the biggest fuck yous to the SEC we've ever seen to date, as they're continuing to sue exchanges like Coinbase and Binance, despite the fact that they allowed Ponzi schemes to thrive. Now, misconception number two is the decision says that XRP is a security in some settings and not in others. This is not true. XRP is never a security. And as the court said, XRP is a digital token and is not in and of itself an investment contract and not a security. And while XRP, when coupled with promises, can be sold as an investment contract, the XRP itself does not magically transform into a security in those situations. This is extremely important, and it puts the Bitcoin maxis' false information to rest. Misconception 3. A share of a stock is always a security, so it makes no sense that certain transactions in XRP are securities and other transactions are not. The existence of an investment contract, a special type of security separately defined by law, must be determined on a transaction-by-transaction basis. This is different for a traditional sale of stock, which under the law is always a security. If you own a share of a company, the company owes you a fiduciary duty and you can hold the company accountable if they don't fill those obligations. 4. The decision is wrong because it protects sophisticated institutions, but not retail investors. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very important. The SEC has not been protecting retail, and in reality, the SEC has been the biggest detriment to retail investors by their lack of clarity and their suing of different exchanges and accusations towards different crypto projects. If anything, this decision protects everybody, but it works against the SEC's self-interest. Misconception number 5. The decision makes it impossible for Ripple to do business. And in reality, Ripple's been expanding unbelievably overseas without a hiccup. And just like I stated in a previous video a couple days ago, US banks are preparing to begin partnering with Ripple at an accelerated rate and potentially use XRP. And now finally, misconception number 6. The court ruled against Ripple on its fair notice defense. The SEC in reality moved for summary judgment on Ripple's fair notice defense, which was based, amongst other things, on internal emails from the SEC indicating that its then head of corporate finance ignored multiple warnings that his speech, and we're talking about Bill Hinman, contained analysis divorced from the Howey factors and would create greater confusion in the market. The court actually ruled against Ripple on its fair notice defense as Ripple's institutional sales only, and it left open the fair notice defense as to the other types of transactions at use in the case. Why? As the court noted, the SEC's theories as to the other sales in this case are potentially inconsistent with its enforcement in prior digital asset cases. And this provides a roadmap for other crypto companies in the market to assert the defense if the SEC makes similarly baseless theories. And ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the biggest things that I actually didn't know and I actually assumed to be wrong. Ripple has provided the roadmap for the rest of the crypto market to gain clarity against the SEC. And ladies and gentlemen, Ripple, XRP, and the 75,000 other XRP community members that filed a lawsuit against the SEC have stood up for every other digital asset on the planet. We led this revolution from the front. We took the bow and arrows for the rest of the crypto community so that 99% of other crypto projects don't have to suffer like we did. And now we're going to be rewarded handsomely. And guys, as we continue to be the absolute leaders heading into 2023-2024 for the next crypto market cycle, we're going to continue sticking our middle fingers up in the air as the biggest community on the planet that said fuck the SEC and won. Shout out to Audi XRP for getting his fuck the SEC and 589 t-shirt. Shout out to Kelly Niles for getting his as well. We've already seen Jay rocking the middle fingers up in the air as well. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian Dahl might in and of himself send XRP to 589. As you guys are getting your Fuck the SEC and 589 t-shirts in the mail, continue to send me photos as I'm working on a beautiful compilation that I'm going to hand deliver to Gary Gensler's desk. Oh, Gary. The XRP community's about to give it to you, Gary. And if you haven't done so already, my friends, get your shirts down in the description below, as the biggest middle finger by the XRP community to the SEC is yet to be given. Now guys, to cap off this video for today, I'm going to play you a clip from a banking insider describing how the reset of asset prices and the beginning of a new financial system could start as soon as this month. And while as an XRP Army member, I'm highly skeptical of all things, I'm very curious to know your thoughts on whether you believe this time is actually going to happen. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
We could possibly hit the point of the wealth transfer beginning this month. I realize there's only 11 days left. That's not a lot of time, but at the movement that this is moving in terms of activity and what's being exposed, things could move very rapidly. What I do expect in terms of some of the historical assets and revaluation of currencies is that some of that will take place during the quiet time. In other words, when the EBS happens, there's going to be stay in your homes. There's going to be 10 days of communication blackout, or at least that's what we're hearing. And there could be during that time, even appointments being made and transactions being done very quietly in the background. This will be all with heavy NDAs. No one's supposed to talk about their transactions, talk about where they get their money or anything like this. It's going to take some time to work through that. I think between now and let's say into September, or maybe late September, so the next 2 months plus, we could be seeing those things take place in the background. I think by the time we get into late September, it's going to be publicly in the face of everyone. Hey, there's a financial change occurring here. I hate putting dates to anything, and you know, I want to just put a window out there. It is a 2023 thing, and this is all subject to change at any given day. So, you know, if it doesn't happen tomorrow, well, don't freak out. It is unfolding, and it will happen.